The stadium was electric. The noise was just incredible. Today, on June 16, 2025, two giants of world football came to play. On one side, we had Boca Juniors from Argentina. Their fans, famous for their passion, filled the seats with blue and gold. They sang loud songs for their team. On the other side, we had Benfica from Portugal. Their fans wore bright red. They waved their flags with pride. This was more than just a game. It was a battle for a place in history. The FIFA Club World Cup is a special competition. It brings together the best clubs from all over the world. The energy in the air was something you could really feel. Every pass, every tackle, every shout from the crowd felt important. Boca Juniors brought their famous fighting spirit. They are a team that never gives up. Benfica brought their skillful, beautiful football. They are known for their clever passes and quick players. It was a classic matchup of styles. The passion of South America against the elegance of Europe. The referee blew the whistle and the big match started. The world was watching to see who would be the winner on this massive stage. This match promised drama from the very beginning. Both teams had great players. For Boca, everyone was watching Edinson Cavani, the famous striker. For Benfica, all eyes were on Rafa Silva, a player who can change a game with one moment of magic. The managers had prepared their teams for weeks. They knew everything about their opponents. This was not just a test of skill, but also a test of minds. Which team had the better plan? Which team wanted it more? The players looked ready for the fight. They knew what this meant for their clubs and their supporters. As the game kicked off, you could see the determination on every player's face. The first few minutes were fast and full of energy. Both teams tried to show their strength. The fans cheered for every good move. It was a fantastic atmosphere for football. The lights of the stadium shone down on the green pitch. This was the moment the players had dreamed of. Playing in the Club World Cup is an honor. Winning it is a dream. Now the story of this exciting match was ready to be written. Who would be the heroes tonight? From the first whistle, Benfica showed everyone their plan. They wanted to control the ball. Their players made so many short, quick passes. They moved the ball from the left side to the right side, trying to find a small space in the Boca defense. Their midfielders, like João Neves, were always moving, always looking for an open teammate. Benfica played with a high press. This means that when they lost the ball, their attackers immediately tried to win it back. They did not give Boca's defenders any time to relax. It was a very modern and aggressive way to play football. Benfica's early dominance was clear to see. They had most of the possession. They looked comfortable on the ball and moved with confidence. Their full-backs, players who defend on the sides, ran forward to help the attack. This created more problems for Boca Juniors. It seemed like Benfica had more players on the pitch. They were trying to tire the Boca players out by making them run and chase the ball. For the first 15 minutes, the game was played mostly in Boca's half of the field. Benfica were asking serious questions, but they needed to find an answer. However, Boca Juniors had a plan of their own. They were not worried about Benfica having the ball. They were prepared for this. Their manager, Diego Martinez, had organized his team perfectly. Boca defended with two strong lines of 4 players. They stayed close together, making it very difficult for Benfica to pass the ball through the middle. They were disciplined. They did not panic. The defenders, led by the experienced Marcos Rojo, were like a blue and gold wall. They were happy to let Benfica pass the ball in front of them, where it was not dangerous. Boca's strategy was to be patient. They knew they might not see much of the ball, so they focused on staying compact and strong. Every player knew their job. When a Benfica player got the ball, a Boca player was quickly there to challenge him. They were waiting for their moment. They waited for Benfica to make a mistake. They were like a predator, watching and waiting for the right time to strike. This defensive strength was the foundation of their game plan. They absorbed all the pressure from Benfica, bending but never breaking under the early storm. Benfica continued to push forward, but this created a big risk. When you attack with many players, you leave a lot of space behind your defense. Boca Juniors were waiting for exactly this kind of opportunity. The moment came just after the half-hour mark. A Benfica attack broke down and Boca won the ball deep in their own half. Instantly, they switched from defense to attack. This is called a counter-attack. It was fast, direct, and deadly. The Boca players moved with incredible speed and purpose, catching Benfica completely by surprise. It was a perfect example of their tactical plan working. The star of this counter-attack was the young winger, Ezequiel Zeballos. He received the ball and saw the open space in front of him. He started running. Zeballos is known for his amazing speed and dribbling skills. He ran past one Benfica midfielder, then another. The Benfica defenders were running back towards their own goal, but they could not catch him. He was like a lightning bolt, carrying the hopes of the Boca fans with him. He kept his head up, looking for the final killer pass. His run created panic in the Benfica defense, which was now disorganized and stretched. As Zeballos raced towards the penalty area, the legendary striker Edinson Cavani was making a clever run. Cavani is one of the smartest strikers in football. He knows exactly where to be and when. He ran into a space between the two Benfica central defenders. Zeballos saw his run and played a perfect pass right into his path. The pass was weighted beautifully, landing just in front of Cavani. The Benfica goalkeeper came running out to try and stop him, but it was too late. Cavani had the ball, and the goal was right in front of him. With the coolness of a world-class finisher, Cavani took one touch to control the ball and then calmly slotted it past the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. The stadium erupted. The Boca Juniors fans went wild with joy. It was a brilliant goal, and it came completely against the run of play. It showed why Boca's strategy was so effective. They did not need to have the ball all the time. They only needed one chance to punish Benfica's attacking style. The goal was a tactical masterpiece, starting with solid defending and finishing with clinical attacking. Going a goal down did not stop Benfica. In fact, it made them more determined. They knew they had played well, and they continued to trust their style of football. They kept passing the ball, looking for a way to break down the stubborn Boca defense. The game became even more intense after Cavani's goal. Benfica's players started to take more risks. They shot from further away and tried more difficult passes. The pressure on the Boca Juniors goal grew stronger and stronger. The Argentine side had to defend with even more concentration and spirit. The equalizer for Benfica came from a set piece. A set piece is a situation like a free kick or a corner where the game stops and restarts. Benfica won a free kick in a dangerous position, just outside the penalty box. Their specialist, Angel Di Maria, stepped up to take it. He hit the ball hard and low, but the Boca goalkeeper, Sergio Romero, made a fantastic save. However, the ball bounced back out into the middle of the box. The Boca defenders were a little slow to react to the rebound. It was a moment of chaos, and one player was quicker than everyone else. That player was Rafa Silva. He is known for his quick thinking and fast reactions inside the penalty area. As the ball came loose from the goalkeeper's save, Rafa Silva was the first to pounce. He reacted in a fraction of a second, running towards the loose ball and hitting it powerfully into the net before any defender could stop him. The Benfica fans exploded with relief and happiness. They were back in the game. It was a deserved goal for all their pressure, but it came from a moment of defensive confusion from Boca, not from their open play. After the equalizer, the game opened up even more. Benfica felt confident again and pushed hard for a second goal. They attacked down the wings, putting many crosses into the box. Boca's defense was tested again and again. Sergio Romero in goal had to make several important saves to keep his team level. The Boca defenders had to throw their bodies in front of shots and make last-ditch tackles. It was a period of the game where Boca had to show all their famous fighting spirit. They were tired, but they refused to be beaten. They held on, waiting for another chance. As the game entered its final 10 minutes, the score was still 1-1. Both teams were getting tired. The high pace of the match had taken its toll. It looked like the game might go to extra time. But Boca Juniors won a corner kick. It was a rare chance for them to attack in the second half. The tall defenders, including the captain Marcos Rojo, came forward from the back. The Boca fans started singing even louder. They sensed that this could be their moment. The atmosphere was full of tension and hope. This was a chance to win the game late. The corner was taken perfectly. The ball was whipped into the penalty area with pace and curl. It flew over the first group of players and headed towards the back post. The Benfica defenders had struggled with set pieces all game. This time, they lost track of Boca's most dangerous player in the air, Marcos Rojo. The captain had made a powerful run, pushing past his marker. He jumped higher than everyone else around him. He met the ball with a powerful header, directing it with force towards the goal. The Benfica goalkeeper had no chance to save it. The ball hit the back of the net. The stadium went absolutely crazy. The Boca players and staff ran onto the pitch to celebrate with Rojo. It was a goal born from pure determination and will to win. In the 88th minute, Boca Juniors had taken the lead again. It was a dramatic late winner. For Benfica, it was a heartbreaking moment. They had played so much good football, but they were punished again from a set piece. It showed a weakness in their team. They were strong in open play, but vulnerable when the ball was in the air in their own box. Boca Juniors held on for the final few minutes to secure a famous victory. This win was a perfect example of their character. They showed amazing teamwork, incredible defensive discipline, and a fighting spirit that never died. They were not the better team with the ball, but they were the more effective team. Benfica will be very disappointed. They controlled large parts of the game, but could not score enough goals from their chances. This result sends Boca Juniors into the next round with huge confidence. It was a tactical victory, a triumph of spirit over style. But who truly deserved to win? That is a question football fans will debate for